Hi, it's Kim from Expressions of the Universe with your weekly wisdom, stars and cards for November 6th through November 12th. And we are on approach to a total lunar eclipse in Taurus. I have cards for all zodiac signs. I will be time stamping because I don't know how long this will be. It'll be easy. Just go and find your sign, your sun sign, your rising sign, your moon sign, or any place that you may have a stellium. I am really not prepared. This eclipse has me befuddled. I don't feel like dealing with it. I've been having so much anxiety looking at the charts, but I did put together a little thing, and I want to give you all a really good reading for today. So the eclipse is occurring on Tuesday, November 8th at 6:02:07 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Adjust for your time zone. We are changing our clocks. They're falling back to night as I'm recording this. I've been procrastinating. The weather's been so gorgeous. And in between readings, I have been just going out and enjoying the weather. I was supposed to do leaves today. I did clean out one of my sheds, which is perfect for this eclipse season. In Scorpio season, it is about cleaning out. You don't want to really do a physical cleanse of your body because we could have a tendency in Scorpio season, especially with the eclipses, for our bodies to be purging. But you can do it metaphorically by cleaning out clutter and junk. My shed looks so beautiful. It's so clean and organized. All the tools are hanging up. I'm really pleased with how it turned out. I feel accomplished, but the weather's been beautiful here and got to take advantage of it. I was out with my dogs off and on all day in between readings. And my Barley Baby Beagle Brown really had such a great day today after coming off some not so good days. Like yesterday, I cried. I was really worried about him. And my daughter brought me back down to earth when she said, okay, it's one bad day. If he has two in a row, because he seems like he's got an okay day, then a not good day, and then an okay day. But today was a great day. He was running around. He was loving the weather, smelling all the smells, hunting. He was himself. So fingers crossed. I know that we don't have a ton of time left with him because his lymph nodes are really growing pretty quickly. And so I'm getting this video done because I'm just physically and mentally exhausted. It's the energy of the planets. It's everything, that I've got to do during the day, but trying to take care of a dog that isn't well, it's exhausting because I go all out. I wake up all hours of the night to take him out, make sure that he's comfortable. I'm not sleeping well because I'm worrying about him to see if, worrying if he's comfortable enough. And so, yeah, I'm a little bit lunatic when it comes to my animals. But anyway, getting back into all of this, there's so much going on that, especially on Tuesday, it is election day here in the United States. It doesn't look good. I'm going to tell you right now. When I get together every Wednesday night with my group of astrologers and we discuss world matters, we look at charts of all different countries, we look at charts of political figures and celebrities and the like. It doesn't look good. It looks like there's violence. We cannot really fully see what is coming because all of this is conjunct Uranus, the planet of chaos and unexpected things. However, with it being in fixed signs, this energy is so intense, it will last for a year. So things could be happening, you know, all the way through next year, but whatever happens lasts forever. And that's the scary part. And I think about where this eclipse is showing up. So I'm going to share my screen briefly so I could show you where this eclipse is coming in. And that's part of the reason that makes it a little scary, because it's right over, well, here's the United States, but it's traveling through Russia, China, India, Iran, Iraq, United States, South America. There's the dip. I thought that this had the slide that shows it going across, but you get a pretty good idea of this is a total lunar eclipse, and it is covering just about everything except for Africa is excluded in a sense. It will cover the entire world and a good portion of Europe. But what scares me is what's going on with Putin and Kim Jong-un in North Korea, and who knows what's happening in China. And it, you know, like, good majority of the United States is getting the, you know, the brunt of the eclipse. So where will it be visible? Wherever you see the darkest pink is where it's visible, and then it fades to partial visibility. You really just don't want to be looking at a lunar eclipse unless you have special glasses. Just to let you know. Oh wait, the lunar eclipse is totally fine. It's the solar eclipse you can't look at. Unfortunately, this eclipse, oh, you know what? It's at 6:02 a.m. The sun will just be starting to rise because of the change of the time. If they weren't changing the time tonight, and the time has already changed in Europe last week, if they weren't changing the time, we would have total dark skies, and we could probably get some good pictures. I'm gonna have to remember that and just set up my good camera just in case, because it will be a blood moon. So yeah, there are so many aspects occurring on Tuesday, November 8th and Friday, November 11th, and the 16th, even though we're not doing 13th and 16th. The 11th is off the chain. In with Tuesday, the 8th. And I just don't even feel like talking about it because I want to stay positive. There are no planetary shifts this week. Next week, Venus will move into Sagittarius. Mercury will move into Sagittarius. So next week, we have a lot of shifting energy. I think once we get past this eclipse, things may feel a little lighter. And here's the weird thing. So I'm thinking in my mind about the crystal. So here are the crystal and the card of the week. In my mind, I'm thinking obsidian. I'm seeing like we need the protection. And the card that I pulled randomly was black tourmaline for purification. And oddly enough, the new moon, the moon manifestation card for a full moon in Taurus is detoxify. So I found that that was pretty interesting. Purification, detoxification, getting rid of, that's what eclipses do. Unfortunately, eclipses have a tendency to take people out. I'm concerned about my dog because he's a people to me anyway. I have lost one of my beloveds on on a lunar eclipse, you know, 4 years ago, which I've talked about before. So that makes me nervous. It makes me concerned. But he had such a great day today, so that makes me feel good. I pulled a card for the week from the Colette Baron Reed and Alberto Vallaldo Shaman Oracle deck, and it came up the Council, and it was reversed. And it immediately made me think of we're not listening to our guides. We're not paying attention to our intuition. And I'm looking to see what number card this is. Oh, it's card number 11. How about that? 1111. And I do have a little something to post about the 1111 portal next week. But what this Council card is for upright or reversed, it says, and I'm just pulling it right from the web, and then I'll do my channel message on Facebook and Instagram next week. The essence of this card, the Council are luminous beings who hold the collective wisdom of humanity. They are the ones before whom you will do your life review when you cross into the world of spirit. A life review is when we place our good and our bad deeds on the divine scale and attempt to explain why we did not love, forgive, or dare as greatly as we might have. Know that their wisdom is available to you at all times when you live in a state of, yes, in an unconditional relationship with life. They remind you that your place around a sacred fire, which has been reserved for you since the beginning of time, you'll be able to claim it when you own your own inner wisdom. Now, the invitation to this says the Council has a message for you. Listen with your inner senses. The handwriting is already on the wall. So look about you and you will discern its meaning. Do not wait for further signs. Embark on the journey to love deeply, forgive sincerely, and dare gently. Dare greatly. Take a leap without requiring life. Take the leap without requiring life to assure you of success. Now, in the reverse position, which is what actually came out, it's called the Medicine, and it says you are never alone. Turn to the Council to find guidance you seek and listen to the voice that arises spontaneously. Turn a deaf ear to the nagging voice from your ego that tells you that you are not up for this task. Create a spiritual feast for the Council. Invite them to your altar every time you meditate or pray. I love that. So I will do a channel message on Facebook and Instagram for that card this coming week. All right. I wanted to do, before I show you the chart, I wanted to do a tarot spread, just a little mini, to see what this eclipse could be bringing, because it really makes me very nervous. There appears to be violence when I place the eclipse chart over top of the United States chart, especially with it being midterm election, and there's such a great divide in this country. So let's just do that. And then I will get into the reading for all zodiac signs. I don't even know what decks I'm going to use, but I want to stay grounded. So I'm going to use Shaman deck, Animal Totem, and I think this other little deck that I have that I can't remember what the name is. It is, I don't know. Okay, let me cut these. Okay. Do the layout. Okay. All right, so the card that's coming up first is the Seven of Cups. So many choices, so many dreams, so much wonder. This makes me think about the Neptunian aspect that's in the chart, that we can't see clearly. We can't think clearly. It's really Neptunian and Mercury with the moon, the lunar eclipse. So the clarity is eclipsed, and that's what I'm picking up from this card. We all want all of our dreams, hopes, and wishes to come true. This is a really good card because it says everything does work out in the end, but usually we have to go through a lot to get there. This is a very good sign, and clarity should be coming. The underlying card, which I don't like, is the Three of Swords. Pain to the heart. And it feels like a lying, cheating, secret situation whenever I see this card. And that's the problem that's going on in the world, is that, you know, the media feeds us one story, but it's not really the whole story. They feed us what they want us to. Now, this broken heart thing, too, with the violence, is that all of our hearts are broken. It shows up in the chart of the United States on this day. Now, it may not happen exactly on this day, but it's most likely, with it being, you know, the election. And I haven't watched the news today. I know President Joe Biden and former President Barack Obama are here in Philadelphia today supporting John Fetterman, while Donald Trump is out west in Pittsburgh supporting Dr. Oz. I could have gone to the rally in Philadelphia, and I chose not to, only looking at the chart because I'm afraid of assassination attempts. So it's kind of scary, and seeing this makes me feel like my heart really hurts. Sometimes things have to happen like that in order to wake people up, right? Although I know that there would be a handful of people that would be laughing and cheering, and, you know, especially after, you know, the violence that's been coming out in the news. It's really shocking to see what some people that I know are saying about current events. Like, it really makes me think, like, I thought I knew these people, you know, people that I've known since grade school. And it's just weird. It's weird how we're all losing people because either our eyes are opening, people aren't resonating with us the way they used to. It's just crazy, isn't it? It's really crazy. And it's okay. I need a simpler life. All right, so what the card that's showing up in the past, it's the Magician reversed. And this is saying the old tactics did not work. You think it was working, it was an illusion, it wasn't working. Doing the same thing over and over again is insanity, and it's an illusion, and it's not going to work. Something needs to change. This is concerning, but not as bad when it is reversed. The Five of Swords, the Seven of Swords, one of my least favorite cards in the deck. And that is somebody getting away with something. There's slander, there is hatred, there is anger, and something is stolen. And so, you know, the elections, no matter how they turn out, they're going to be contested. I don't think that we will have the results here in this country. on November 8th. And if we do, they'll be contested, but it's like somebody thinks that they're getting away with something and they're slinking off with these stolen swords, with the stolen words. And guess what? Whoever this is will get caught. They will get caught. Now, the other thing that's concerning me, so Taurus is about our money and our values and our safety, security. And the card that's coming up in the future, no matter how this turns out, it is the card of poverty, impoverishment. We know the economy is in the toilet. The Five of Pentacles are saying leaner times are ahead of us, regardless. And it's because the system is broken. That's the way I'm seeing it. Our fears are that we're not growing, we will not have employment or a future ahead of us with this Ace of Wands reverse. It is like we are going backwards, right? Also, too, is everything is out of balance at the present time. And we need to bring things back into balance. Now, before the final outcome card, the Strength card is coming up, and it's saying remain strong, remain tough, hold on. We are resilient. We can get through this. And then the final outcome card, which I don't love, it's the Eight of Wands in reverse. Prosperity and abundance is moving backwards. This is, we are going into a recession. I mean, we're in the recession, but we are going into the recession and fingers are being pointed. Everybody's being blamed for it. People need to get their act together. So that's what I'm seeing right there for this eclipse. And I was mostly focused on where I live, but whatever happens here affects the entire world. All right, so let's start the cards for all zodiac signs. Oh, I didn't even do the chart. Sugar. Let me just throw that up real quick. Sorry. Back it up. Back it up. I'm not going to spend a ton of time here because it just gives me anxiety, to be honest with you. So we've got the total lunar eclipse, November 8th at 6:02 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I kept writing solar eclipse for some reason. This is what the chart looks like. We have the sun in Scorpio, conjunct Mercury and Venus, the south node. We have the moon conjunct Uranus, the north node, part of fortune, in the 7th and 1st house. This is looking at it from Philadelphia, so about ourselves and our open enemies, our relationships, partnerships. The other fixed signs on the axis, because this will create a square, is Leo and Aquarius. Those are the signs that will be mostly affected. Of course, you have to look at your own chart and see how that lines up in your chart. Yeah, so it's very tense. And like I said, these are fixed signs: Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, Aquarius. So this is long-lasting energy, and whatever comes from this lasts forever. You could see we have a grand square here. Grand square. All of these red lines are tension. They are violence. The green line here, that's an inconjunct. And this is from the South Node directly to Chiron, the wounded healer. And it's like whatever is leaving affects us to our core. And, you know, it's very difficult. It's very tough. Can't forget we have Mars retrograde in Gemini, and he is creating that violence. Now, let me see. Do I have the United States chart next? So I have the United States chart in the center here. This is probably not the best example, but I wanted to show the aspects. And then we have the eclipse planets on the outside. So in the United States chart, we have Mars in Gemini at 21 degrees. So Mars is retrograding back over that. It's in the 7th house. We are going through our Pluto return. And this is, you know, like our foundation. There's such illusion, secrets. We cannot see clearly. The transiting Neptune is opposing the natal Neptune, what our country was built on here in the United States. And this eclipse is occurring in the 12th and 6th house. The 6th house is the country's day-to-day, the working life, but it's also the country's mental state at the present time. This is institutionalized, you know, jails, hospitals, the other side, the other world. There's a lot of mental illness in this country, and it's being celebrated. Well, people are being celebrated for their outrageous, incoherent statements that are being made. Like, yeah, the whole country is sick as a whole. The 6th house is the country's health. And we could also see from this, you know, when I was looking at this, are we going to have another bout of COVID or some other type of disease because of this Neptune on Neptune and this axis of the country's health and hospitalization? You know, we can see these aspects, the Neptune to the Neptune, that opposition, the sun to Chiron even. There's going to be some sort of violence that's going on. That's all I can say. And I'm scared because the Pluto on the Pluto makes, and Uranus, the planet of unexpected chaos, makes me think of nuclear. And I'm going to leave it at that. So just some reminders. The fixed signs, Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, Aquarius. And then also too, the earth and water signs would be affected. And did I not? I thought, oh, I wound up, let me stop sharing. There was one slide that I wanted to, I copied the wrong slide. And I really wanted to share it with you because it's the don'ts for this eclipse. Actually, I could just do it right here. Losing my mind. Losing my mind. Oh my God. Not only am I losing my mind, but somehow I just hit record on a different slideshow. It's because I'm not prepared, right? Okay. Now let me share my screen real quick. And then we're going to get into the card reading. All right, so I just want to put up these reminders, don'ts for the eclipses. Don't charge your crystals during an eclipse. Don't make moon water. Caution with taking medications. Do not try to conceive. Do not make tinctures or medicines. Do not schedule surgery or electional procedures 2 days on either side of the eclipse. Many ancient cultures covered their water sources, avoided bathing, eating, and drinking during eclipse season, as it's known that we have higher exposure to radiation during this time, as does our food and water. And there's a typo, but you understand what I'm talking about. Yeah, and there are a lot of people that will say, oh, I'm going to do the ritual, I'm going to charge, I'm going to put the moon water. You want to do it, you go do it. I don't recommend it because the energy is chaotic. You don't know, it's unpredictable, especially with Uranus conjuncting this. You don't know how it's going to turn out. So you can wait for the next full moon. It's 30 days out. It's not going to kill you. The eclipse may, but waiting 30 days will not kill you. If anything, I think this is a time for rest, recuperation, rejuvenation, and yeah, if you want to discuss this, hit me up. But even my shaman is doing a fire ceremony tomorrow night. I am not going. I am not going to it. No. Especially I'm a Taurus rising, and I'm just going to try and stay in my home all by myself. All right, so I'm getting the animal totem cards ready. Now, I'm going to do, I want these cards, but these have more information on them. We'll do these shamanic cards. You know what? I think I will do those other ones too. Let's cut this. All right, so here we go. Card reading for all zodiac signs. You want to pay attention to your sun sign, your rising sign, your moon sign, anywhere that you may have a stellium, which is a cluster of planets. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I have videos, Astrology 101, that will show you what I mean. So go check those out. All right. And speaking of not conceiving, don't try to conceive during this time. I will be offering my fertility, astrological fertility services come the new year. And I'm really excited. So stay tuned for more on that. All right, I'm going to start with Aries and work my way around the zodiac wheel. Aries, you have the Nightingale spirit, and this is about listening to your guides, your spirit guides, coming in the form of birds in the night. We had a discussion on here about hearing birds at night because it's kind of ominous. But listen to, appreciate the sounds if you are hearing birds at night, and know that somebody's trying to get your attention from the other side. You want to pay attention to that. This is also to remind you that love is all around. Aries, this is saying stand still. So stand still means a few different things to me. This could say, do not take any action at this time. It could mean that you're at an impasse with another person and you just need to remain quiet. Everything will work out. How are they tying together is the question. Celebration comes up. I don't see how these are correlating, but it's red jasper and sacred ceremony. It is card number 4, and that talks about creativity. It talks about finding your place of belonging. So let's put this together. If you're having difficulty, Aries, in your relationships, you want to back off, take some quiet time, know that you are still loved. Your loved ones on the other side are watching out for you. There will be coming a time for celebration, and sacred ceremony just talks to me about like even creating a fire pit, celebrating a birthday, celebrating an anniversary. So there are happy times ahead is what I'm hearing, but I don't think this is a time to take action. Pay attention to the signs, listen to the sounds, and yeah, this is a really good time for the Aries to be healing that wounded part of themselves. With Chiron and Aries, it is about the self. It is about the ego. It's about the self-image and the self-esteem. And that's really what you should be focusing on. Taurus. It is Peacock Spirit, Taurus, and it says, let it shine. This is your full moon, Taurus, even though it's a total lunar eclipse. It could be a little bit of a show, but allow your heart chakra to shine. Allow yourself to shine. You're stepping into a brand new phase, Taurus, of your life for 1 full year. Love it. The spiral is coming up. So the spiral talks about, are you spiraling up or are you spiraling down? Downward spiral, upward spiral. To me, this says, allow that heart chakra to shine. And there's a big ascension coming for the Taurus sun signs, rising signs, and moons. Oh, okay. So we have ancestor healing, amber, and the tree. So this is about our roots, our ancestors, our foundation, our home. Amber is the blood of a tree when it is wounded. So Taurus, you're going to also be soul searching, doing some deep healing wounds. The amber is what comes out and it patches up the broken part, the hurt part, but amber also freezes things in it. So you don't want to get stuck in the past, stuck in the grief, stuck in the anger. This is a deep healing time. And if you do remain stuck, you'll do the downward spiral instead of the ascension upward. Gemini. All right, we have snake spirit for Gemini, shedding of old skin, stepping into a brand new phase as well. And it says this is also a time to heal. That's a little crazy. Taming the wind. So taming the wind is coming up. And this also talks about quiet contemplation. Because when we're in a healing phase, when we're in a shedding of skin phase, we need to be in quiet contemplation. Try to think about what it would be like. You're in the middle of a windstorm. How can you possibly contain that? Unless you get into the eye of the storm and you stand there in stillness, in quiet. And you have self-mastery, the spider, and topaz. Topaz is the birthstone of November, self-mastery. This is about coming into your full power, Geminis. The spider is about creativity. It is about creation and self-mastery. When you can master yourself and stand in the eye of the storm, in stillness without any expectation, that's when you'll step into this. I love that. Cancers, you have the deer spirit, and it is about being gentle, being kind, being sweet, yet at the same time very powerful in that kindness, in that compassion, in that sweetness. It says to bring a gentle touch. There's so much harshness going on in the world that those around you really could use a loving, caring, nurturing Cancerian. The hummingbird, and that is grandmother, grandfather, ancestor spirit. This is also a sign of regeneration, rejuvenation, also defeating the impossible. I love that. That's beautiful energy. And you have retreat, the mountain, and green calcite. So this is another symbol of healing. The mountain shows obstacles. So if there are obstacles that show up in your way, it is time for you to go into retreat, to crawl into your little shell crabs. There is some heart chakra healing that is needed, and that is what that green calcite is for. But it's saying today is not the day to tackle the mountain. Go and take a rest, and those obstacles will be removed from you when the time is right. Leo, you have the dove spirit, the spirit of peace, and it's asking you to be peace, to be that peaceful person, to extend that olive branch, being soft and gentle, connected to the angels. Interesting. So you have the jaguar, Atarango. This is look how interesting it is, the black and the white. Leo, you are on this axis squared to the eclipse, and it could seem very black and white. This is about taking your power back, but in a peaceful, gentle way. This is also talking about the other side, making peace with what has come before you, making peace with your past so that you can move on. And you have moving forward, air and seraphonite. And this is so perfect with what I was picking up there. You have to make peace with the past, Leos, in order to move forward, or you're just going to also be stuck. Seraphonite connects you to the angelic realm, and it is about air. It is communication. It is messages that are coming in from the angelic realm. So pay attention. Virgos, you have otter spirit, and that is so cute. Do you know otters hold hands when they're sleeping so that they don't drift away from each other? And this says you are never alone. And I think that that is adorable. This is also saying you too are being supported by loved ones on the other side. So there's nothing to worry about. Okay, so Virgo, you have the holy mountain. This is obstacles, but these obstacles are being put in your path to protect you. And you have to know that. Just come to the acceptance that, okay, you know what? I can't move forward right now. And it's because I'm being protected from making a bad decision, right? And your card is angels and spirit guides. It is angelite and the upper world. That is really interesting because this is all about the angelic realm and your spirit guides that are here to guide you. They'll give you a sign. They're saying you're not alone. They're guiding you, and they will give you a sign when the time is right for you to make a decision or move forward, choose a different path. Libra, you have swan spirit. This is a time for transformation. This is also a time for you to see the beauty in everything around you. It says time for a deep dive. This is time for a deep soul dive. The arrow. So the deep soul dive is saying it's time for you to pull your bow back and put your eye on the prize. You're not going to hit your mark yet. You're just going to focus on what it is that you want. That's why you're doing the deep soul dive, Libras. And you're going to put your focus on what it is that you want. You're not going to do any manifesting right now, but take this time during the eclipse to contemplate at least the next direction that you're going to be going in. All right, so we have the divine masculine, the sun, and Heliodor. So that's interesting. This is saying that maybe you need to be a little more aggressive and ask for what it is that you want. Yeah, and this is coming up as card 11, and I know I haven't really been talking about all of the different numbers of the cards, but this is saying, you know, asking for what you want and waiting for the sign. With this being the sun, have you missed your mark now that the sun is no longer in Libra? No, you haven't. You're still basking in that energy coming off of your birthday month. But it's time for you to focus, stop scattering your energies, and figure out what it is that you want in this next phase of life. Scorpio, happy birthday, Scorpios. This is a huge, huge full moon for you. Sun in Scorpio. Ooh, take a deep breath because, and you know what? I didn't do the animal totem first. I pulled this one first for some reason. Lightning. Lightning is striking. Now, this could be a fantastic idea, a fantastic opportunity, or it could be destruction. It depends on how you've been living your life, what kind of an awakening you need, or what kind of a blessing you need. It could run the gamut. Let's see. We have armadillo spirit coming up. And this says set healthy boundaries. So if you haven't been setting healthy boundaries, lightning's going to strike and it's going to teach you a lesson to set healthy boundaries. Now, I would think, I know so many Scorpios and they have some pretty, well, I don't know if they're healthy boundaries, but they have some strict boundaries. And if you cross it, they're going to sting you with that little stinger in the back. And healthy boundaries doesn't mean putting up a brick wall either, just so you know. You have to kind of allow some people in. And your card is Freedom, the Eagle, and Blue Barite. I love that, soaring above the clouds, soaring above and being the observer, connecting with the throat chakra, which is your ears and your throat. But I feel like it's more of a listening type of thing. The eagle has eagle eye vision, and this is about you seeking what it is that you want that will give you the freedom and the flexibility in your life. Maybe that's exactly the lightning that you need, right? Sagittarius, you have flamingo spirit, and I hear like it's almost time for you to strut your stuff. And this says embrace the in-between. So that in-between is like 1 foot in this world, 1 foot on the other side. It's also, you are ending one phase of your life, but you haven't exactly started the next phase. And this is just saying, bask in the presence of that in-between space, and be grateful for a break in between the old and the new. The Andean cross, you are at a crossroads, but this is a beautiful sign because this is saying you are coming into your own and you are being blessed. Keep your eye on the prize is what I'm hearing. And you have unconditional love, Diamond, and Mother Mary energy. So for some reason, you're needing a little bit of extra nurturing and love. Shine like a diamond. Oh, I don't friggin' know. I'm a terrible singer. I was trying to think of the Rihanna song, Shine Bright Like a Diamond. Mother Mary energy. So this is pretty divine. And card 33, Ascended Masters. So just know that you're protected, Sagittarians. You are coming into your birthday season, and stay in the present. Enjoy that in-between space. Enjoy that rest. Capricorns, elephant spirit. That is really beautiful. Elephants, do not forget, they are the king of the jungle, in my opinion. This says learn from the past. So makes me think of a post that I made the other day. It says the same person will be showing up in different bodies over and over again until you get the lesson. Learn from the past so that you don't have to keep repeating the same mistakes over and over again. Look for the red flags. Watch for the warning signs. Directly correlated to people that you love and trust, or you want to. I think this may have come up for Capricorns recently too. I'm seeing a lot of relationship energy around the Capricorns, and there's a lot of changes. But we have to learn from the past before we let anybody new in. And also, too, if somebody is singing that same old song and dance, learn from the past that people will not normally change their ways, right? And your card is about cleansing. It is the feather, and it's black tourmaline, which is this week's stone of the week. And so, yeah, it's time for a really good detox, a really good cleansing, and a good smudge, and some protection. So that's what I have for you. Aquarius, you have the crow spirit. So there's magic afoot. Co-create with spirit. So Aquarius, you know, we've got Saturn in Aquarius. It is making that square to Uranus. The crow spirit's coming in to bring a little bit of magic, to bring somebody from spirit to help to guide you. There could be some unexpected, but know that spirit's got your back. And you are getting Pachamama. It is time for you to ground in the earth, work with Gaia, work as one with Gaia, find your tribe, find your people, find the place of belonging that you should be in. There are some of you that will be able to resonate with that. If not, this is just really about, you know, making sure that you stay super grounded, because this time is electric for the Aquarians. This is also a time of great creativity for the Aquarians. And your card, said electric, and there's lightning in this card. And it's challenge, fulgurite, and it is lightning. So, you know, big changes are ahead for Aquarius. Pluto will be moving into Aquarius next year, which is really going to put, you know, a 20-year forceful change in Aquarians' lives to step up to the plate and do what's got to be done. You will be challenged during this time. So I think it's really important for you to stay super, super grounded, working with Gaia. Pachamama. Last but not least, we have Pisces. It is canary spirit, canary in a coal mine. It says sing your own song. Well, I just did. I was thinking of the Police, Canary in a Coal Mine. Sing your own song. March to your own tune. Completion. You're coming to the end of a cycle, Pisces. I love it. Finally, all that hard work is paying off. You are coming to the end of that cycle. There is completion. I love it. And you will be singing your own tune. I love it. And I know it sounds silly, but I just feel like this is really good energy for Pisces. And your card is Divine Feminine. It is Black Moonstone, and it is the moon, and that is pretty fantastic. So when I see completion here, I think about the cycles of the moon. So something should be coming full circle within the 13 cycles of the moon. So 1 full year from today. It could happen sooner, could happen around your moon, but trust me, Pisces, things are finally coming to a full culmination. Things should get a little bit easier because I know it's been emotional and rough. Anyway, that's what I have for all of you. Probably not one of my better readings. I don't know. You'll have to let me know how this resonates with all of you and if you liked it or not. I may or may not be taking a little bit of a break. Don't know. Gotta wait and see what happens with my dog. It's just becoming a lot, and I'm really tired because I'm not getting the amount of sleep that I need. You know, trying to take care of him and worrying. And it is November. It's a month for saying no. Have you seen those memes circulating about? I love it. But I don't like leaving people high and dry. But I think I need to take a little bit more time for myself and do some deep rest. We're coming into the holidays, and yeah, I really just want to honor that. So also too, stay tuned about the fertility consultations. There's an 85 to 95% success rate if you follow the plan. And I spent the last 3 years learning how to do this. And so I will be offering that come the new year, once we get out of this eclipse season, because we cannot be trying to conceive during eclipse season for so many reasons. But anyway, if you are interested, you can message me, and you know, maybe I can take some consultations on early, but I'll be posting more about that come the new year. Anyway, happy full moon. Happy full moon. Happy lunar eclipse. Happy new week. Peace and blessings. Keep your vibes high. Keep your thoughts good. Maybe we can deter whatever is looming in the universe. And you know what? I read that reading takes our mind off of all the mundane crap, anxiety, depression. So get yourself a good book and start to read. Turn off the TV, turn off the social media, and start reading a good book. It's good for our mental health. It's good for our vibration. It's good for our imagination. And it opens us up to our spirit guides, actually. So have a great week. I love you all. Subscribe to my channel. Check out my other videos, and I'll see you later.